The mothers are just as horny as the daughters. You know, this is how it is.
These jewels must be worth a small fortune.
Not being a sexist or anything. Dear Margaret, I know how your financial troubles are overwhelming you at this present time. Please let me reassure you that I could not permit you to remain in such a dilemma. I was born of a wealthy family. I would consider it an honor if you might accept my help. Giggity. Your devoted servant, Albert. Okay. Oh, okay. No. Fuck. Alright, fuck all that. None of those are... Okay, let's move on. Move on. We'll come back to it. I'm sure at some point something will... By the way, sorry earlier for the reaction thing that I was doing with this shit. I don't typically do that. That's... This isn't me. This is Sherlock Holmes. I shouldn't be doing that shit with the camera. So,
The
apologies.
employee's cloakroom.
No, I'm not apologizing for all the sexist bullshit that I talked about earlier. That's actually truth. That's the way the world is. Deal with it. You know, I'm not going to sugarcoat this stuff. Get out of your box, open your eyes. You'll be happier later. Yeah, that's right. I'm a bit of a pessimist, but, yeah, what the hell. At least I can admit it. Zing.
We can see the interior of the Colonial Collection Room from this window. A thesis written by Martin Hamish.
Please don't make me write it. Oh, good. I don't have to read it. Good.
A glasses case. It is empty. This area serves as Martin Hamish's office.
I mean, I know I like to read everything for you guys in different voices, which may or may not be funny to some of you. Who am I kidding? About 80% of you probably hate it. But anyway, I know I like to read the stuff because it's part of the investigation. But a whole goddamn thesis on plants, you know, I couldn't do that. I wouldn't do that to anybody. I wouldn't want to do that to myself. I'm not a masochist.
An award presented to Martin Hamish for Best Grower of the Year.
Yeah, well, how about Best Shower of the Year? You know?
A master's degree diploma. It belongs to Martin Hamish.
Of course, it's never really the best shower of the year. Keep it modest, keep it in your pants, keep it the way it is. Don't put a trench coat on.
These young plants must be delicate if they are kept in the nursery.
Oh, and by the way, for all you sickos out there, don't do it in front of the kids, either. Like I said, be a grower, not a shower.
The seeds of plant species are stored here. Locked.
Not anymore, motherfucker.
Open.
What the Locked. Open. I wish I could shout at doors and just say, open. With a strong British accent. Oh, here's Miss White. Now we get to meet her. The plot thickens.
Good day to you, miss.
So do them hips.
You have some very beautiful plants here.
Why, thank you, sir. And good day to you, too. But...
Oh, I do beg your pardon. My name is Dr. John Watson. This is my good friend, Mr. Sherlock Holmes.
I am honored to make your acquaintance, gentlemen. My name is Margaret White. Excuse me, but are you Sherlock Holmes, the great detective?
Yes, I am he.
What a pleasure to see you here at Kew Gardens. Are you working on a case?
Yes, a theft of plants that took place here a few days ago after their most recent exhibition.
Oh yes, of course. I quite forgot about that.
Oh, it's quite understandable that you might forget about the theft of the plants, miss, after the tragedy that took place here.
Yes. The director was a truly good man. It is such a terrible misfortune.
Damn. Where to begin?
Would you happen to know why part of the colonial collection was cleared?
No, I have never been there.
Do you work here?
Part-time only. I am a biology student at the London University. I attend the same classes as the son of Mr. Montague Dunn. That is how I found my chance to work here for part of my thesis, you see. It is a great honor.
How well did you know Mr. Montague Dunn?
He was a master, a great leader. I saw him almost as a spiritual father.
He had an exceptional nature?
Oh yes, indeed. He was always so active and so optimistic and very nice to me. Although he could behave harshly towards his son.
Why so?
He loved his son dearly and wanted the very best for him. It made him extremely demanding. Albert, who is naturally shy, suffered because of it.
The Divine Syndicate. Does that name mean anything to you, by any chance?
Not at all. But it is a very pretty name.
Most of the doors in Kew Gardens are locked. Do you have a key to this room?
Oh, yes. Albert gave me a set of duplicate keys. He agreed I might carry out my studies without disturbing him. It is only temporary.
Okay, don't look at the boobs, don't look at the boobs, don't be obnoxious, don't be awkward, don't look at the boobs, don't look at the boobs. And I always look at the boobs. It happens. That's what they're there for, you're supposed to look at them. For fuck's sake, Tammy, it's not my fault you decided to wear a low-cut top tonight, for fuck's sake. What the fuck?
Thank you, miss. None of the 3 people who work at Kew Gardens
Scratch his chin.
know why
Scratch his
half
chin.
of the colonial collection was cleared. So, someone is lying. It is obvious.
Yes, yes indeed. Oh, time to go fucking question people about stuff. Case is afoot, and the feet are moving as it's afoot. Oh, fuck. Wait, hey, you know what? No, keeping it chipper, keeping it up. Rough times are behind. Everything's cool. Everybody, no matter how shitty things might be, just remember, everything gets better. Everything gets better. Everything's fine. No matter where you are in the world, no matter who you are, everything gets better.
I perceive that you are passionate about the Royal Navy.
Passionate? No, not really. I like ships, that is all.
Are you quite sure? You do not seem to be so interested in plants.
It's difficult, that's all. My future is here. It has never been about anything else.
Higher.
And yet, I know that the Royal Naval College rejected your application.
Ah, you truly are as clever as they say. Yes, that's correct.
He's Sherlock
In fact, my
fucking
father was
Holmes. You better
strongly
believe he
against
is.
the idea. He did his best to ruin my plans, although I almost did succeed. But my dreams were shattered, Mr. Holmes.
Thank you, young man. We shall see you again soon.
Excuse me, but...
Mr. Hamish, someone from your family connected with Kew Gardens?
Family? No. I'm the only one with a passion for botany.
Ah, another extra quick time event. Boom! Wait, oh, what the fuck? I could do this? I could do this all along? What the fuck is this? You mean to tell me I could open up the documents when I'm... Why didn't anybody tell me this? Why didn't I ever look up at the upper right corner of the screen? Son of a bitch. I never knew I could actually... Wow. Great. Well, I'm going to put this as a mental note, if I can remember it.
I do not think so. This photograph of you and your father at Kew Gardens suggests the opposite.
But you have no right to.
Do tell us more about your father.
He was, indeed, the greatest botanist of his time in the British Empire. He worked together with Montague Dunn until the end of his life. He brought me in at the age of 12.
Did he get on well with Mr. Dunn?
No, I couldn't say that. They expanded Kew Gardens together, that was all. And it was all my father's work, for Dunn always lived the high life.
So Mr. Dunn was not helping your father?
Oh yes, he provided the financial support. And as far as he was concerned, that fulfilled his role. But the worst of it was, he declared himself as the master of Kew Gardens. Fame meant nothing to my father, so it was easy for Mr. Dunn to take all the credit.
Thank you, Mr. Hamish. We shall continue our investigation.
Yeah, so we shall continue this investigation. Alright, so... Come on, this has got to be connected. Yep, this... Yeah, no? Okay. Aha! I knew this was connected, that's why I picked them. Hamish's motive. Martin Hamish had a motive. He believed that he and his father's lives had been ruined, but Doone, who had taken the credit for all of their work. But who? Hamish wished to take over the directorship of Kew Gardens, but he knew that would not be possible with Doone still alive. Yeah, they call it a directorship, but really, I mean, like any other boss, it's actually a dictatorship. I almost said dictatorship, because that's what it really is. Alright, let's see here. Albert's motive. Albert had a motive to kill his father, Montague Doone. Doone had thwarted Albert's dream of joining the Royal Navy. By killing his father, Albert could have had his I keep adding in words. His revenge and eventually succeed in his father's place as the director of Kew Gardens. Yeah, and I can kind of understand. I mean, if my father kept me from living my dream of being on YouTube and Twitch and making millions upon millions of dollars, which I'm not actually making, I'd be pissed off too. Yeah. Alright, let's see here. What's next? Alright, well, moving on from there. Whoa, look at this. My grandfather, he used to have a shelf with, like, seeds. Just dedicated. I mean, it wasn't like a whole office like this, but it was like a whole shelf dedicated to different seeds. He kept it in his garage. You know, he used to plant, green peppers, tomatoes, lima beans. He used to plant the hell out of lima beans. He'd have a whole row of them. Because his house used to be, you would have his house, and then he would have like a whole other property where you could have put like a whole second house on that property, but instead of that house, he owned like a double property, and he had like a small farm that he used to have. He used to grow everything. He had a farm. It wasn't even really a garden. It was more like a farm, you know. But it was just small enough that he didn't need a tractor. And his hands used to really, I don't know, he must have did it for 50 years. His,
From here, we are unable to see the interior of the Colonial Collection Room.
His hands were really, blistered up. Yeah, he would ask me you know, open up jars for him and stuff. It wasn't just the arthritis; it was the blisters. He had dry skin, but yeah, he used to have a board like that. All kinds of different plants, flowers, vegetables. He was really serious about it. Of course, you know, real botanists, they have boards like that where they, you know, put their vegetables like that. I mean, not I mean plants, plant seeds. Botany, it's an art form, if anything. You know, any fucking schmo could put paint on a canvas and say, hey, look at this. This is me representing my temptation towards hatred of the movie Marmaduke and not liking radishes or whatever. But no, but a real artist is a guy who can keep a whole crap load of plants from dying and making it, you know. What I'm saying is botany is a real art form and all that contemporary bullshit is actually crap. Okay, now that I said that.
According to this, they have light and
Peeled the
moisture
Band-Aid.
control in some parts of the building.
Ah.
Locked.
Shit.
A photograph of Montague Dunn and Reynold Hamish. Newspapers discussing Kew Gardens.
New plant species! The Kew Gardens team are pleased to announce the successful production of a new variety of barley, one that retains a complete resistance to the cold. They have named it the Siberian barley. Mr. Morton Hamish, the proud of the graft, will hold a press conference next Monday morning upon his very subject. Let's be honest, there's a lot of radio announcers that would fuck up just as much as I did. My dearest Margaret, following our last conversation, I believe it might be better for you vacate. Fuck! Alright, let me start over. My dearest Margaret, following our last conversation, I believe it might be better if you vacate your position here at Kew Gardens. As you pointed out quite bluntly, you are no longer in need of my support. You are quite able to stand up for yourself in this world, as you say. Well, I give you back your freedom and wish you nothing but good luck, Montague Dunn. I think he had like a Tourette's, a Tourette's syndrome that made him switch accents. That's why he's kind of started off Cockney, went to Irish, and then just went. That's how I played it. And scene. Had nothing to do with my shitty acting skills or the fact that I'm getting kind of tired. Not that my acting skills, I would say, are shitty, but if I complimented them, I would look like a douchebag, and would, you know. So at the same time, like I said earlier, trying to keep it positive-ish. Really, I am in kind of a good mood. There's this girl I know. I'm not gonna go into all that. Fuck it. I'm probably gonna screw it up anyway. I'm not gonna make a big thing out of it. Otherwise, I'm gonna look back on this and hate myself later on for mentioning something that may or may not even happen. So I'm not even. Although she is interested in me, so that's a definite. That's a sure thing. But it all depends on how much of a fuck up I'm gonna be when it happens.
French wine, a remarkable vintage.
So it's all the chips are in my corner pretty much. I'm not going to go into it because I don't want to seem like an asshole later on when I watch back and I realize, like, oh yeah, I made this 2 weeks ago. I must have, been really good about it back then.
Champagne. Montague Dunn had good taste.
Oh, shit. What is this? 1, 2. 1, 2. Fucking shit, fuck. 1, 2. Come on. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 5. 5. Alright, maybe it's 5. We're about to find out in a second here. Wait. Oh, shit. Okay, so that's how it works. It only took me like 3 minutes to figure that out. I didn't have to Google it. None of that. Once again, I'm patting myself on the back. I gotta stop doing that. Oh, shit. Sorry. Moving on. My dear friend, please allow me to express my disappointment upon reading your last letter. I am paying you to defend me, not to accuse me. Kew Gardens is a royal institution. We are granted the great opportunity to travel the world and to save the most extraordinary, precious, and rare species of plants. Our duty is to protect such species, and from those who might wish to use them for dubious purpose. Chemical warfare. This divine syndicate of whom you speak have no right to hold such precious. Remember the case of June 14th, 1889. So I must respectfully ask you once again to notarize the permissions on these plants on behalf of Kew Gardens. The documents were sent to you on Monday. P.S. See you in Boodles on Tuesday as always. First point's on me. Mr. Doon, we must ask you, for the last time, for the return of our dear sisters. You do not have any right to hold them in prison. They do not belong to you. Your so-called permissions are horrid. You are hiding behind rice. The lie we need not elaborate that was reported in the press as of the case of June 14th, 1889. What you have done is quite abhorrent. Be very sure that we shall never abandon our family. Members, we trust in you and regret having done so. The Divine Syndicate. It's an Asian guy later on, you'll see. It works.
I suggest that we don't tell Miss Margaret White about this document.
Oh, the scandal. Death of Miss Margaret, Mr. Montague Doon. Rental of a suite of rooms at Oxford Street. An educational scholarship at the London University. Credit opened at Hamilton. Rajadon House Tailors and Baird & Sons Luxury Jewelers. Holy shit, I hope she swallows. That's a lot of money. Fuck. Poor thing. No, I mean sympathy. Poor thing, sympathy. Sorry.